I'm going through Sigmund Freud's psychological writings and letters, and it is the German library, from the German library, and I will give you the ISBN number. But yes, Sigmund Freud was one of the shapers of the 20th century's consciousness through his development of the concept of the unconscious. And the therapy he evolved on this discovery, trained as a neurologist at the Vienna University, his creation psychoanalysis presented an approach, a new approach to the understanding the human psyche. Therapeutic method, then the method of inquiry, a way of exploring a subject matter, collecting data, a theory, a scientific structure, a body of knowledge. And all of these were intimately linked in his understanding of his innovations in the field of psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is a non-invasive treatment of those mental or emotional states understood by the patient and the therapist as pathological, etc. I mean, it's really interesting. If you go through the book, you will come to know that so many of our emotions that lie deep inside are a basis for all the mental illness that we are beset with. So when you go to a therapist, they draw out the inner being and they sort of put a finger where it pains the most, and then they let it out, and with that you release that inner guilt or inner fear that you've nurtured for so many years, and definitely you improve. So when you read this, you realize that any mental illness for anybody, any fear that one has, or any inhibitions can be overcome if you go to the right person, and that's what Sigmund Freud was successful in underlining. So I think it's a book that I would recommend. It's a book that one should read. That's the ISBN number 0-8264-0723-4. This is volume 59 of the German library. So the German library has around 100 volumes, and it is a new series of the major works of German literature and thought from medieval times to the present. The volumes have forewords by internationally known writers and introductions by prominent scholars. Here, the English-speaking reader can find the broadest possible collection of poetic and intellectual achievements in new as well as great classic translations, convenient and accessible in format. The volumes of the German library will form the core of any growing library of European literature for years to come. And they've given the list, if you can just try to read some of that. Like, for example, these are the books. So, like, for example, German medieval tales, some German fairy tales, then all of this, Gottfried Benn, prose, etc. And the copyright 1995 by the Continuum Publishing Company. So that is it. It's printed in the USA, United States of America. An interesting read indeed.